This marriage of a thing, if you don't understand it and you get into it, you will suffer yourself. So this guy called Chinedu, he came from Nigeria, all the way from Nigeria to Kenya. He went to hustle. He went to Kenya and he didn't know anybody there. So things were so rough for him. To where to sleep, how to get food, and everything was so rough for him. So he struggled through it, and then finally he got a place for himself, a little place. And he started selling small things like accessories, phone accessories. That is the work he was doing over there. He was doing it small, getting something like he can get something to buy food, pay for where he sleeps. Until one day, he met a man. So this man told him he's into the same business as he's doing, but he brings his goods from the US. But he just started the business, so he has no customers. So he wants to bring him the goods. Once he sells them, then he'll give him the money. So they agreed on that. They agreed on him giving him the goods. Every month he will come for the money. Then he'll bring him another goods. So he brought him so much goods. He started selling. He sold the goods. He got profits. In a month's time, the guy came for his money. The profit, he used it to get a kiosk for himself, where he secured a very nice kiosk where he put the goods. Anytime the man brings in the goods, he'll put them there. He sells a lot over there. So every month the man will come for his money and then he'll bring him goods. So they continued doing business for some time until one day, it was 1 month after he brought him the goods, he called the man, but it wasn't going through. The next month he called him, it didn't go through. He tried and tried. He didn't get the man. He continued with his business. So one day he was there and then he had a call. He picked his phone and it was the man. The man was calling him. So he was like, I've not been hearing from you. I tried to reach you, like everything. I did all I could. I looked for you. Why? What happened? You vanished. He was like, no, he has gone back to the States. He has gone back to the US. He couldn't continue with the business again, so he has gone back to the States. The guy was like, oh, really? Then what about your goods and the money I was supposed to pay you? How is it going to, like, how will you get it? He was like, oh, don't worry. You can have the goods and use the money to enlarge your business. Don't worry. I am okay wherever I am. So the guy thanked him so much. He was so happy. And then they ended the call. So where the guy has his shop, there is a lady who used to bring, like, she sells food. She always bring him food to buy over there. So they got along, like they started talking, they became friends. So through the friendship, they became lovers. Like the guy fell in love with the girl because since he came, he hasn't gotten the chance to toast any woman because he didn't know how their culture is, like everything about the country he didn't know. So he was afraid to approach any lady. But this one, since he has gotten close to her and he has known her for some time, he fell in love with her and then they started dating. So he introduced his business to the lady. So whenever he's going to sell his goods, like out there, he will let the lady stay at the shop to sell. Then he will go out and then go and sell as well. So they continued that way in the relationship until, God being so good, they were able to buy a plot of land. They wanted to start building, but ups and downs, like money was not coming in steady. So they used 5 good years to build a house, a 4-bedroom apartment. You understand? So before he finished building the house, he decided to pay the lady's bride price. He decided to marry her. So he went to marry her traditionally. After they got married, they wanted to move to their new home. Understand? They decided to do a housewarming party. So the lady invited her family members. The guy, he has no family over there, so he just invited some few friends he knew. They came, they enjoyed, people loved their house, people prayed for them, people tapped into their blessings and all that. So after everybody had left, the lady has a senior sister who has been married, but the husband has divorced her and has left her with 3 kids. She's the one catering for the 3 kids. So the senior sister called her and was like, oh, this house you guys are living in is too big for you guys now. 4 bedroom for only 2 people. When you guys have not gotten children yet, why don't I bring 2 of my kids for you guys so that they can stay there with you guys, so that they will keep your company. And anywhere children's are around, it will make God also give them their own. It will be a blessing for them to also have their own children. So she told her sister about it, and the sister was like, okay, I will talk to my husband. Once he agree, then you bring them. So she talked to her husband. She was able to convince him, and the elder sister brought her 2 kids. So when she brought them, they said they will take care of their food and where they will sleep. But paying of their school fees, the lady will pay her children's school fees. So she agreed, and she was like, oh, she will pay their school fees. Each time she will bring their school fees. But the only thing she needs is they should stay there, and then they should feed them for her. At least it will reduce burden on her. So they agreed, the guy and his wife, they agreed to it. So she paid the fees for a whole year. 1 full year she paid the fees. The next year they started school, school resumed, they started school. The lady didn't send school fees. So it was a month getting to 2 months, their school, they were worried. So she called her elder sister and was like, oh, you haven't sent the kids' school fees. And it's like the teachers are calling to ask why. So then the senior sister was like, oh, so if I don't pay the fees, you cannot pay. I didn't know your children also. She started talking I didn't know your kids too. So if I don't send the money, you cannot pay for them. Oh, why are you doing that? Don't you know that anything you do for kids is a blessing for you to also get your own? All this miscarriage you've been getting, if you choose to do good to kids, your pregnancies will stay. She was saying a whole lot. Take them as your own. You can take them as your own. They are your own. They are your blood. Why can't you pay for them to your husband? So she was able to convince her sister, and the sister was like, okay, I'll talk to my husband about that one too. So when the husband came, she told him about it and was like, no, that is not what we agreed on. We agreed on taking care of them, buying them food. We didn't agree on paying school fees. So if she cannot, she should come for her kids. So the lady decided to plead on her husband, but he refused. So it brought a misunderstanding between the boy and the guy and his wife. The lady was moody. She was not giving him attention and all that. So because he wanted to please his wife, he said, okay, he has agreed. He'll pay the fees. He would pay the fees just to make his wife happy. If that's what will make his wife happy, he would do it for her. So he paid the fees for the kids, took care of them like his children. Even people living around didn't know those kids were not his kids. He took care of them, paid fees until even the elder one completed secondary school. The other one is a female, and the second one is a male. She completed secondary school. He paid their fees, he took care of them like his own kids, just to please his wife. So after she completed secondary school, girls now, when they finish school, when they grow up, they feel like they have become big girls. So anytime the man is talking to the girl, she will be doing herself anyhow. She doesn't respect him. If he asks her to do something, she will do, why are you my father to be sending me that way? Are you my father to be shouting at me? If he wants, she do something and then he wants to correct her, there is no way she would agree. She would talk back at him. The disrespect was too much. So he told his wife that no, he cannot stay with her anymore. It's either she comes for both of them, or the elder sister comes for the two kids, or she should carry the elder one away because he doesn't want to do anything that he will regret later. So she should talk to her sister to come for her children, or the elder one. The wife called his senior sister and told her about it. So when she heard it, she just rushed to their house, and then she started talking, she started ranting, she started telling them her mind, like she started insulting the man, insulting his wife. Why? Are they not your children? They are a blessing. They might be with you and you have your own kids. Like, why don't you exercise patience in some things? Your wife has been telling you that she will change. She's a young girl, she would change. So why would you decide on this? Like, a whole lot of talks, a whole lot of insults, which made the man so angry that he said she should take her daughter away. So the wife, instead of the wife to side the husband, she was rather siding her senior sister. So they came together, and then they were insulting this man. So after all this saga, it became a problem for him in his house. It's always fights between him and his wife because she did not agree for the senior sister to come for her kids. And the man has forcefully sent them away. So from that day, it's a problem on a problem. They are always fighting. They are always having misunderstanding. She stopped cooking for him. She stopped doing everything in that house. She goes out anytime she wants. She comes home anytime she wants. If the man starts to talk, it will turn to big problem. She even started sleeping out because she stopped sleeping with her husband. The man, anytime he wants to touch her, she would refuse. It happened for 2 good years. It's always fights in the house. She started sleeping around. She go out there, she'll sleep with men. This man heard about it. He questioned her, nearly beat her up. So that is when he told her that, I've been patient with you. You have not given me any child for so many years. I am still the same man you know. I've never cheated on you. I do everything for you. I make you happy. And you do this to me. So that was when the lady told him that, you think I came here to give birth for you? All the miscarriages that I've been telling you about, it's not true. I take medicine. I take in pills to clear anything you put inside me because I am not ready to have children. In fact, I will never have a child for you. And somebody who just came, you don't have a family, then I will come and be giving birth for you. My children will not even have a lineage. This thing that she told her husband made him go mad. He nearly beat her black and blue, but people around came to separate them. So finally it got for them to divorce. She took the case to court that the man should remember they married in court as well. So she is claiming to collect the house because they hustled together to build that house. So he wants to collect the house. This man was like, you want to collect which house? You don't have kids for me. What do you want to claim? You cannot claim it. It's either I settle you for you to leave, or you leave with nothing. She took the case to court and they are on it as I'm talking to you. The man doesn't know what to do now. He is frustrated. He is depressed. His business has come down. Everything is shattered. Imagine coming to no man's, a country you know nobody. You waste 20 years of your life without a child. The only property you were able to make, the only property you have, somebody is claiming to collect it. What will you do? They are always going to court. Though the lady has packed out of the house, but she's standing gidigba that she wants to collect the house. The man is saying he will settle her. She's saying never. So please, guys, what advice do you have for this man? What do you think this man should do? He's thinking of going back to his hometown. He's going back to his country. But looking at his age, running away to back to his country without a pin, what is he going to tell his families over there? What is he going to show them? At least you should have kids that he will run away with, but he has none. Imagine when he came here, he was 30 years old. He has spent 20 years. Almost, even if it's up to 20, it's almost 20 years. So calculate and see how old is he now that he has no child, he has no anything. The only thing he has, the wife is collecting it. What do you think he should do? He's depressed. And now his business is not even going well. Everything is down. He's living hand to mouth. Any small thing he gets is to eat. He needs advice before he does something bad to himself. These things are happening nowadays that is bad. You will just hear a lady will just stand up and say she wants to divorce. She'll start claiming properties. She'll start claiming claiming things she did not even work for. This is bad. Please do well to drop your comments. Drop your honest comments. Thank you.